Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be talking about, well, communication in Apex Legends. You might be wondering, why am I at a waterfall? Well, the player base is the water crashing down with a ton of roar, and well, you know, I'm Respawn with the lack of being able to actually hear anything that I'm saying. Anyways, we're going to go over the communication in Apex Legends and why it's an issue. We're also going to go ahead and give out 45 bucks. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic.
So as it's Thursday and the new collection event drops on Tuesday, it's very likely we're going to get our first milestone collection event trailer for the Void Reckoning event. And now, as we've talked about it before, there are a lot of cool skins for Newcastle, Caustic, and so many other legends. Along with that, there's going to be the blue havoc coming in, and hopefully some limited time modes, a free prize tracker, and a lot of stuff to make it, you know, overall pretty fun. That being said, Respawn has been very quiet and kind of ignoring the issue that has been basically blowing up on all social media, revolving around the brand new battle pass item. And the question has been, well, are they going to backtrack on it or at least give us any kind of a confirmation? And I don't know that Respawn is actually going to do anything and kind of just let it slide as it currently is, which is kind of sad to see, because in the past Respawn has actually been very communicative, at least with their dev team. Ryan Rigney was one of the best communication directors Respawn ever saw, one of the best in live service games in my personal opinion, and he actually straight up talked about microtransactions in the past, being very blunt and clear, saying he thinks about it constantly, adding it, saying it's tough because we want Apex to be around for a long time. And I also said that Respawn is gameplay first, so gameplay isn't locked in any way around monetization, content creation costs. But to balance this, that's what the prize track system was created, so the studio can give away pretty high value rewards for just playing. And whether or not you disagree or agree with that, it was nice and refreshing that back in earlier seasons, he would go ahead and let us know what exactly is going on with the game, why they are making certain choices, and what's going on with that. Sadly, around the time of season 8 or 9, I believe, he actually left Respawn. I believe he actually went on to join Odyssey Studios and work with them a bit. And overall, from what I've seen, he's actually been very vocal and a pretty good communications director for them. Now, sometime after that, there was a new communications director brought on for Respawn, known as Karen, or Kralrindo, and occasionally she does talk about Respawn, but she doesn't really talk about microtransactions or a lot of the state of the game, at least not that I have noticed. As you can see from her post, most of the stuff is about team meetings getting canceled or giving support to individual devs, or shout out to content creators, which is fantastic. That's definitely what they are supposed to do. But I think when you're facing a backlash as large as the battle pass one, and you might want to clear up some of the community's concerns on what their issues are. Even if you decide 100% that you are not changing it, some of the questions that are being posed should be answered at least in some way or another, because the community is absolutely annoyed. There's been no response whatsoever, and the game is now at a absolutely staggering 10,000, I believe, not recommended, at least the last I checked, but I think it's gone down even further. And with the new milestone event coming up, there's even more issues from the communication that's breaking out again. Back in season 2, we got our first ever collection event. It might have been season 1, I can't remember 100%. Man, it's been a long time. But anyways, we got our first ever collection event, and Respawn really messed up the monetization in it. But you know what? The devs actually came out and said that a core decision during development of Apex Legends was we wanted to make a world-class battle royale in quality, depth, progression, and important for day-to-day's conversation, how we sell stuff. And this comes from Drew McCoy, one of the senior producers on the game when he was still working there. Obviously, he's not there anymore. And then he went on to say, with the Iron Crown event, we missed the mark when we broke our promise by making Apex packs the only way to get what many consider to be the coolest skins we've released. Now, like I said, he's no longer with Respawn, but this was really cool to see that a developer at Respawn would address the microtransaction issues, say they missed the mark, that they personally had messed up in the way that they did this, and that going forward, they would not do it again. Now, obviously, the entire Respawn team, as I've mentioned, many are not there anymore, and it's a whole new team. Well, the milestone event that we are getting the trailer for today is, well, the Iron Crown collection event just reborn. The way that this works is you have to get the skins directly from Apex packs. One event pack costs 100 Apex coins, 2 to 6 is 500, 7 to 15 then goes up to 700 per pack, and then 16 to 35 is 1,000 Apex coins per pack. Or you can go ahead and use crafting metals to get a pack, but you can't craft the skin directly, which goes against the very promise that they said they would not break again. And this happened in the Shadow Society event, but we didn't really put up that big of a fuss, or at least it didn't go that far, and Respawn continued to do it because, well, it's back again. And that's the big issue with the milestone events. It's basically been talked about a lot in at least news articles, as you can see here, because it has received some backlash. And then there's the whole reactive skin, because this is going to be the one where we get the havoc as one of the rewards. And last time they did a reactive skin in a event, it was if you got the entire collection event, you got the reactive peacekeeper skin, and that also received a ton of backlash, with Respawn once again stating, we learned some lessons, you won't see that reward again. I can pretty much guarantee that. The intent is to always do something players enjoy and see value value in, definitely not trying to upset anyone. Yet here it is again. And yes, you can make the argument that at a 2.6% drop, which is the hardest and rarest arguable item or skin in the game for this event, that it's definitely not the same as the full collection event reward. But that's really just semantics at that point. I don't even know why they even added in milestone events other than just to give us a gotcha event where we have to just randomly gamble. Because collection events, as you can see here, and milestone events do not differ in any way. They both feature LTMs, they have free prize trackers. The only difference in how these fundamentally work is in how they sell us cosmetics. So why did we need a new way to buy them if the event is going to be generally the same? And so this brings me kind of to the conclusion of the communication issue with Respawn, because there was a dev who actually went ahead and said that players angry with the monetization should protest with their wallets. And until Respawn gives us a good reason on why we should be buying these new cosmetics and why they are in our best interest, because at this point it has not been made abundantly clear by anyone that works for the studio, we should not be buying these cosmetics and we should not be supporting the way that they are going back on what they promised us. You have a lack of communication with his Watson, literally had to end stream and quit playing ranked due to the fact that cheaters are running around on, I think, about a week or 2 week hiatus. And you know what was interesting? That post was actually removed by the moderators of Apex Legends. So even criticism on that end, even by mods, are being removed on public forum. They are saying on a little scan thing here that they want our opinion, but it's about ranked and other issues. And while it's nice that we can give an opinion in a survey, it's not necessarily the same as getting answers to questions that the community are upset about. And that's really the big crux of the issue here. So, as I said before, vote with our wallets, and it's up to you guys to decide whether or not you want this practice to continue.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts right now on Apex Legends and the lack of communication with all the new systems they're putting in, the new events, the monetization, but then not responding when there's some feedback from the player base. Also, don't forget to check out this video right here by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content. And until next time, everyone, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.